This whole teaser is a giant riddle. How are we going today, everyone? My name is Rakan. Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. No time to explain the new setup, but Bayonetta 3's antagonist has been around and we've seen him since the very start. Okay, so let's hover about what we know about this purple figure. This purple figure has completely obliterated our Bayonetta. Clear your mind from the Rodin and Cheshire theory, because just like the L has Sowilla theory, things are about to get epic. This guy has been under our noses since the very start. Literally. We left out a significant character that only a few people have talked about but haven't proven. I am so confident in this theory that if you do not want to be spoiled for Bayonetta 3, please do click away. I am that confident in it. Now, I haven't played Bayonetta 3 nor is it released, but I am saying that I am so confident that this theory is going to be as close to the game as I've ever theorized. This fiery entity seems to be extremely strong and is able to overpower this Bayonetta, literally from what we're seeing, cutting her in half in the most brutal way possible. It just seems like no one would ever like this person. There doesn't seem to be any other type of clues in here, right? Wrong. Let's take a look at his appearance. Now, purple is definitely an aspect from Inferno, so it's extremely likely that this person came from Inferno. It's as if he's been kicked out. But anyway, his head really resembles a skull to me, and I want you to think about this really simply. What in Bayonetta has a skull that looks most humanoid? Remember, I'm saying most because there are humanoid characters in the game that aren't humans, but this skull in the teaser seems to be the most humanoid that we've ever seen. Have you guessed the character that has the most similarity? Trick question? It's human. Not a god, not an angel, nor a demon. Now, you might be thinking, since you've said it's human, it could be an Umbran witch or a Lumen sage, since they are humans, right? Maybe. But again, the only reason that would be epic to me is if it was Cheshire or even an Umbran witch that we know. Now, if I was a creative director, that's what I would do. But how about Cereza or Lopta? He has blue and red elements in his attacks and has similar blocking techniques for the bullets. Well, yeah, again, to me and as a creative director, it just seems a little bit too bland. There's no oomph or spice to it. Yeah, like it's Lopta and then what? So moving on. Now my point is, this purple figure must be human. Don't worry, I'm going to culminate all the facts for you and then I'm going to crash land the theory in one swoop. Now I received this tweet where someone has edited out the contrast, and I don't think it matters, but what it resembled was a Russian doll to me. Someone in my Discord pointed out it looked like a wedding dress, and that was really cute. But the shape of the figure, who may or may not have the Gates of Hell logo on it, who knows, has a very elliptical kind of shape. Interesting. It's also raining in the Bayonetta 3 teaser, which is very symbolic of last battle in shonen animes. It adds more emotion to the fight where the two characters have known each other since the very start and are ending their war right here, right now. Now I want you to remember the shonen antagonist point that I said in a previous video. It's a common antic in shonen stories where the last antagonist is almost never a newcomer, but rather someone or something that has something to do with the first installment or the main character's past. Kenshin's Inishi saga, Sherlock's Euros saga, Kakashi and Obito, kinda, Morty and Evil Morty, theory only. Anyway, this very last clue is the most overlooked clue in the Bayonetta 3 teaser. It is what cements this theory as so believable. But that clue is, he's on fire. As if he's been barbecued.
Humpty Dumpty's taking his last fall. If it were me, I'd be praying he ends up barbecue. Barbecue!
Has a very elliptical kind of shape.
Even old Eggman the Destroyer gets scrambled, or at least sunny side up.
This being is Eggman the Destroyer. Literally the first person introduced into the Bayonetta lore, and also even before Bayonetta herself. In the Bayonetta lore, Eggman likely would have been nicknamed due to his body shape, but in another way it's probably because it was the shape of his coat. Also, Kamiya said that this was not a reference to Sonic's Eggman. And I get that this was an impulse decision by the writers, but it just seems a little bit too forced to me. Like they're trying to make us forget something, or they're not going to spoil anything in the future, as if like they're trying to get it over our heads. Oh, that character? Don't worry about it, that was random. Nothing to see here. Also remember, it's raining. Do you know where else it is raining? The beginning. Bayonetta 1's prologue, the vestibule, especially the last part of the prologue. But Rakan, isn't it raining in other scenes? Well, yeah, but I don't see why that negates the strength of this theory. Similarities do not have to be one-off. This similarity could be a recurring phenomenon. But Rakan, if Bayonetta killed him in the first game, why couldn't she beat him in the teaser? You got me. I can just throw away this theory out in the No. No. This could literally be the same as Stinkmeaner in the Boondocks, where he was cast into hell and now he has been casted out, but when he was casted out, he had trained for a millennia or hundreds of years in that Inferno. So this can be the same exact reason. After training in Inferno, he probably could have the strength of 10 million Gokus. Who knows? The point is, he is stronger. Remember, Rodin even said Inferno would get rid of him due to his despicable personality. Being nicknamed the Destroyer, this is also highlighted where he kills Bayonetta in the most brutal way possible in the teaser, as if to enact revenge for his death.
It's as if he's been kicked out.
You keep bellyaching like that, and you're liable to wake Eggman from the dead.
We just need to make sure he won't come crawling back when they kick him out.
We know that human souls in Inferno are colored purple and translucent, but remember that Eggman has a personality that would get him cast out of Inferno, essentially being uncontrollable, which is why his purple form looks corrupted or disassembled. I have to thank Owen Carroll for that.
Its head really resembles a skull to me.
I also found a skull below Platinum Games' gravestone. Now I know that's a real stretch and likely a coincidence, but it's worth noting. And I think it's really similar to the one in the teaser. A foreshadowing maybe? Now let's look at the character. According to the wiki, he has the least amount of information out of any character, which is perfect to have him as the plot twist of Bayonetta 3. He's also got the attention of Rodin and Bayonetta, where they wouldn't like it if he were to be cast out of Inferno.
And I don't think either of you would like that.
This is the only character that has been said or implied to have radiated this kind of energy. Now, Humpty Dumpty. This was very interesting to me because it was a nursery rhyme. It was originally a riddle in 1797 where the original lyrics were quite different, where the 4 men and 4 more couldn't make Humpty Dumpty where he was before. Will Eggman in Bayonetta 3 be looking and searching for a body to possess, just like Voldemort? As his name suggests, Eggman the Destroyer could have been a war criminal who murdered the remaining Lumen Sages, Ithavor members, or any kind of certain demographic. Enzo said he was hated by the people and even hated him furiously himself. The reason why I called him the white-collar criminal at first is because he resembles a CEO type of figure. Enzo, being a businessman, probably had a rival-like relationship or competition with Eggman's organization. Also, being hated by the people is like a sign that he's done something very, very wrong, but he gets away with it due to his status and wealth. Very common for the high class, sadly. But I changed the name for another reason. Eggman was definitely killed and buried, but it's just like we brushed him under the rug as Bayonetta fans. Just like the original nursery rhyme, it was a riddle. This whole teaser is a giant riddle for us to solve. It took us years, but we finally solved it. I can't say this enough. Listen to this again. The whole Bayonetta 3 teaser is the Humpty Dumpty riddle that has taken us years to figure out. Even in the modern rendition, you can still formulate a story for Eggman the Destroyer. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses, all the king's men could not put Humpty back together again. Is this the plot for Bayonetta 3? Or, more specifically, is this Humpty Dumpty, Eggman the Destroyer's character? And if you still aren't convinced about my theory, do you know the answer to that riddle? Well, hold on. You know, eggs are very rich in sodium and potassium. 124 milligrams of sodium per 100 grams in an egg, and 126 milligrams of potassium in an egg per 100 grams. Now, if you burn sodium, you get a yellow flame. No big deal. But do you know what happens when you burn potassium? You get a beautiful violet purple flame. We figured it out. I'm Rakan. I'm restoring an audible universe, and bye for now. This has been fun. This is my most enjoyed theory that I really liked recording. Thank you for being a part of this. I love you all.